All right, so are you ready to dive deep into GCSE English Literature essays?
Let's do it.
Today, we're going to help you crack the code
Yeah.
of the AQA exam
Mhm.
and give you the tools to write essays that will seriously impress those examiners.
Absolutely. We've got some amazing source material from experts who know exactly what it takes to score top marks.
And we're going to break it all down for you.
That's right.
Now, I know some of you might be thinking, ugh, essay's boring.
Yeah.
But trust me,
Yeah.
this is not about just regurgitating facts.
No, yeah.
It's about unlocking those
The
secrets
stack.
to high-level analysis
Yes.
and crafting arguments that are clear, engaging,
Yes.
and, dare I say, enjoyable to read.
Absolutely.
One of the first things our source material really emphasizes is understanding those kind of mysterious assessment objectives.
Yes. You see, examiners use these objectives as a checklist when they're grading your essay.
Oh, so it's like having a sneak peek into their minds,
Exactly.
knowing what they're looking for.
Yeah.
That gives you a huge advantage.
Huge. It really does.
So it's like a cheat sheet to success.
I love that. Yeah.
These objectives are like the secret ingredients that make it a truly impressive essay.
They are. It's like having the recipe
Yeah.
before you start baking.
Okay, that makes sense, but how do we actually show that understanding in our essays?
Well, that's where the next nugget of wisdom from our source material comes in.
Okay.
Planning and highlighting.
Oh.
You see, students who skip this crucial step
Yeah.
often end up with essays that are, well, a little bit rambling.
Oh, I've definitely been there.
Yeah, and repetitive.
It's like going on a road trip without a map.
Yes,
You might eventually get to your destination,
you might.
but you'll probably waste a lot of time and energy along the way.
Absolutely. Getting lost, taking wrong turns.
Exactly.
Yeah,
So planning is like creating that roadmap for your essay.
it is. That's a great analogy.
It helps you stay focused and ensures that your arguments are presented in a clear
Yes.
and logical way.
Very much so.
So how much time should we actually be spending planning?
Our experts recommend at least 5 minutes.
Okay.
Just brainstorming and organizing your thoughts.
Right.
You can use techniques like mind mapping
Yeah.
or creating a simple outline.
Okay.
And here's a pro tip. Highlight keywords from both the essay question
Right.
and the extract you're given.
That's a great idea.
Yeah,
It's like creating a visual guide to help you stay on track.
exactly.
And speaking of staying on track,
Yes.
let's talk about those all-important topic sentences
Okay.
and introductions.
Or,
The source material really emphasizes this importance of creating a smooth and engaging flow throughout the essay.
absolutely. You want your essay to read like a well-choreographed dance,
Oh, I love that analogy.
not a series of disjointed jumps and leaps.
Yeah, no, we want that nice flow.
Smooth
But
transition.
how do we actually achieve that smooth flow in our writing?
Well, think of each paragraph as a mini journey with a clear destination.
Okay.
The topic sentence is like a signpost. That tells the reader where you're going
Okay.
and why it's important.
So it's like setting the stage for the rest of the paragraph.
Exactly. It gives the reader a sneak peek of what's coming up. And your introduction
Yeah.
is like the grand opening act.
Ooh.
It should grab the reader's attention,
Right.
introduce the main theme of your essay,
Yeah.
and present your thesis statement.
Ah, the thesis statement.
Yes.
That's that big idea you're going to be arguing throughout your essay.
precisely.
Yeah.
It's the compass that guides your entire argument.
Yeah.
Now, our source material provides some fantastic examples of how to craft a compelling thesis statement.
Oh, perfect.
For example, you could focus on the development of a particular character or the significance of a recurring symbol.
Okay.
There are so many possibilities.
So many possibilities, yeah.
It's really up to you to choose what resonates with you.
This is starting to feel less intimidating and more like an exciting puzzle to solve.
That's the spirit.
Yeah.
And speaking of puzzles, let's dive into the heart of the essay,
Okay.
those all-important analysis paragraphs.
Right.
This is where you really get to flex your analytical muscles
Oh, I like that.
and impress those examiners.
Let's do it.
Think of each analysis paragraph as a mini essay in itself, with its own clear argument and supporting evidence.
It's where the magic happens.
Exactly. This is where you delve deep into the text and really showcase your analytical skills.
So how do we make sure these analysis paragraphs pack a punch and really impress those examiners?
Well, our source material offers some excellent advice on this.
Okay.
Firstly, remember those assessment objectives we talked about.
Yes.
One of the key things things examiners look for is your ability to support your points with well-chosen evidence from the text.
Okay, that makes sense. But it's not just about like throwing in a random quote.
Right, exactly. You need to carefully select evidence that directly supports your point
Okay.
and analyze it effectively.
Right.
This means explaining how the language, the imagery, or the structure of the quote contributes to the overall meaning of the text.
So it's about going beyond just saying what the quote means and digging deeper into the why and the how of the author's choices.
Absolutely. And don't forget about context.
Yes, context.
While you don't want to go off on irrelevant tangents,
Right.
providing some relevant historical, social, or literary context can really enhance your analysis.
It's like adding another layer of depth
Yes.
to your understanding, right? Showing that you can connect the dots between the text and the wider world.
Precisely. Now, another crucial aspect of writing strong analysis paragraphs is using clear and concise language.
Okay.
Avoid vague generalizations or overly complex sentences.
Right.
Instead, be specific and use strong verbs and precise adjectives to bring your analysis to life.
It's like painting a vivid picture with your words,
I love that.
allowing the reader to really see and feel what you're describing.
That's a great way to put it. And speaking of bringing your analysis to life, our source material highlights the importance of focusing on the author's craft.
What exactly does that mean?
It means paying attention to the literary techniques the author uses
Okay.
and analyzing how those techniques contribute to the overall meaning of the work.
Right.
Are they using metaphors,
Yes.
symbolism, foreshadowing?
Okay.
Identifying these techniques and explaining their effect is key to demonstrating a deep understanding of the text.
So it's like being a literary detective uncovering the hidden clues the author has planted throughout the text.
Exactly. And here's a pro tip. When discussing literary techniques, always back up your points with the specific examples from the text.
Oh, that's a good point.
Don't just say the author uses symbolism.
Right.
Show the examiner exactly where and how they use it and what effect it creates.
Okay. I'm starting to see how all these elements work together to create a truly insightful analysis. But let's be honest, writing those analysis paragraphs can be tough.
It can be.
Is there anything else our source material suggests to help us really nail it?
Absolutely. One common mistake students make is writing overly long and complex sentences.
Oh, yeah.
While it's good to demonstrate your command of language, clarity is key.
I've definitely been guilty of that.
It happens.
Sometimes I get so carried away with my ideas that my sentences end up sprawling across the entire page.
It happens to the best of us.
Yeah.
But remember, a well-written essay uses a variety of sentence structures,
Okay.
including short and punchy sentences to emphasize key points.
It's like adding rhythm to your writing,
I like that.
keeping the reader engaged and preventing them from getting lost in a sea of words.
Exactly, and don't be afraid to vary your vocabulary.
Right.
Using the same words or phrases over and over again can make your writing sound repetitive and dull.
It's like adding spices to a dish.
Yes.
A sprinkle of variety makes everything more flavorful and interesting.
I like that analogy. Now, while we're on the topic of adding flavor to your writing, let's not forget about the importance of crafting a strong conclusion.
Oh yes, the conclusion.
Our source material emphasizes that the conclusion shouldn't just be a rehash of your introduction.
So it's not just about summarizing what we've already said.
No, it's about leaving the reader with a lasting impression.
Okay.
Think of your conclusion as the grand finale of your essay.
Ooh, the grand finale.
It's your chance to reiterate your main argument,
Okay.
synthesize your key points, and offer a final insightful thought.
So it's like landing a plane smoothly after a long flight.
Yes.
You want to bring everything together and leave the reader with a sense of closure and satisfaction.
Exactly. Now, another crucial aspect of writing a strong conclusion is to avoid introducing any new information or arguments.
Right.
The conclusion is all about tying things together,
Okay.
not opening up new avenues of exploration.
Okay, that makes sense. So no sudden plot twists or surprise endings in our conclusions.
Precisely keep it focused and concise,
Right.
and leave the reader with something to ponder.
I'm starting to feel like we're building a toolkit for writing truly amazing essays. We've got our understanding of assessment objectives,
Yes.
our planning strategies,
Mm-hmm.
our topic sentence signposts,
Yes.
our deep dive analysis paragraphs,
That's
and our smooth landing conclusions.
And of course, we can't forget about proofreading.
Oh, yes. Proofreading. It's like that final quality check before you send your masterpiece out into the world.
Exactly. Even the most brilliant analysis can be undermined by careless spelling and grammar errors.
So true.